in this sleeve like bucks. Nah, man, I gotta hit the gym more.
Perfect.
Hello broskis, and welcome back to another edition of Buy or Buy. And of course, if you're new here, I'm Erkin, and this is the life of a broski, where of course I bring you sneakers, lifestyle, and more waffle than Captain Birdseye. Now broskis, I'm really excited about this review today. This Niger pack by Nike has brought out 3 different silhouettes, and I have got all 3. And this sneaker out of the lot is actually my second favorite, but nonetheless, it is still a banger of a sneaker. But broskis, without any more waffle, on today's episode, I am reviewing the Nike Air Force 1 Niger pack. Broskis, we are going to look quickly first at this box. And I actually didn't know this was a quick strike by Nike until I saw this box. I was actually lucky to pick up the light bone colorway earlier in the year, and that's the only reason why I know it is a quick strike. Now of course, this is not your most conventional Air Force 1 box by Nike. It says Force right across it with Nike Air Force 1 in a sort of shiny and acrylic look and design. And of course on the side we have the product code, barcode, and all the sizing information. What else do we have of significance? And that's it. There's nothing else, no branding anywhere else. It's just the top and of course the side. So diving in this sleeve like bucks. Nah, man, I gotta hit the gym more. Loving the paper. It's of course smothered in force all across it. And opening it up, there isn't much else apart from the sneakers. So that's the box out of the way. Let's talk a little bit about this sneaker before we take a look. Now the Air Force 1 React Niger pack is retailing at £105. And broskis, if you are looking to cop a pair, I will leave some purchase links down below, so check it out. Now the Niger pack has released with 3 different silhouettes, and to me, in my opinion, all of them are legendary sneakers. We of course have the Air Force 1, the Air Max 95, which is my personal favorite, and the Nike Presto, which is also one of my favorite sneakers of all time. So taking a look around this Air Force 1 Niger pack, this sneaker is smothered in 3M accents all across the upper, and at first glance I didn't actually realize. It was only until I took a picture with the flash and they just lit up. So of course, this sneaker and the pack overall is actually inspired by the Nigerian football team's jersey. And you could tell that by the patterns used all across the upper, in particular the toe box and the panels surrounding it. Now the official colorway to this sneaker is black, green strike, and pine green. Now what's interesting to note is the toe box on this sneaker is not your conventional panel on a classic leather Air Force 1. Now it doesn't seem like it can crease. It has that sort of woven look and feel, and surrounding that toe box, which also looks like it doesn't crease. Now we have those sort of ribbed laces colored in black, and that green stripe color that surrounds the eyelets, and the panels in that pine green right at the top, and that mesh panel on the midfoot that we find on the normal Air Force 1 Reacts, with that enlarged Nike swoosh on the medial and lateral side. Now this panel just before the heel counter, right at the back, it actually reminds me of the Matrix. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, it's just how my mind sees it. But of course it's tiled in those horizontal and vertical lines, which is also 3M. Now on that padded tongue, we have those Nigerian patterns, and just above that, on that tag, is of course Niger. Now what's very interesting is on the medial side on the left sneaker, it has that Niger branding, but on the right silhouette is that Dimension 6 branding. So it's a nice little switch up by Nike. And on the heel counter, of course, on that panel at the top is the Nike Air logo in what I want to say is that fingerprint design in that green stripe color. And just below that is that 3M panel. So going to the midsole of this sneaker, it's exactly the same as what we've had on the Air Force One React in that black, green strike and pine green color. And what replaces the stars on a normal Air Force One, right at the top near the toe guard and right at the back at the heel, is the Nike React branding. And we have that classic Air Force One styling and design to the outsole in that pine green. Now, one of the most standout features to any Air Force One React collaboration is this massive insole. It's of course got that air unit right at the back underneath, which is responsible for that added comfort compared to the classic Air Force One. So broskies, there you have it, the Air Force One React Quick Strike Niger pack. I've got to say, when I first saw them, I can't think of another sneaker that has implemented the 3M accents quite as well as this. And obviously this is one of the loudest Air Force Ones ever made. But in my opinion, I am actually digging these. You will be definitely turning a few heads with these sneakers on. So broskies, when it comes to the sizing of this sneaker, these fit pretty much like every other Air Force One. I went half a size down like I normally do, and they fit just right. So my advice is go half a size down with this Air Force One. So Nike React is known for its ultimate comfort in their sneakers. And when the Nike Air Force One Reacts first came out, it was very unexpected, and in my opinion, it was very needed. The most comfortable Air Force One that I have tried on, like I've said many times on this channel, is the Flyknit 2.0s. But right behind it is the Air Force One React. The added cushioning to that thickened insole just makes such a difference. But overall broskies, for comfort, out of 10, I am gonna give a solid 9. So when it comes to the breathability of this sneaker, the previous versions to the Air Force One Reacts wasn't something to scream about. And the synthetic leather and textile materials on this upper isn't the most breathable, but there is a lot of improvements. The upper on this sneaker seems to be a lot thinner than the past Air Force One Reacts. And I could tell mostly from the forefront of the sneaker, of course being the toe box and that surrounding panel. So out of 10, I am going to grade the breathability to this sneaker a solid 8. So broskies, as loud as this sneaker is this going to be a buy or a buy? Now, a lot of the reviews of the Air Force Ones on this channel has always been very different to the classic silhouette. I just love getting different ones on the channel, especially if they stand out that much. And of course, standing out with this sneaker is an understatement. But I am digging the 3M accents all across this sneaker. I was always a fan of the Air Force One React collaboration, and the blends of greens and blacks on this silhouette just goes so well. And not to forget that new and improved toe box, which at the moment looks like creasing is a minimal. But broskies, overall, it is ticking all the right boxes. I can't really think of much to nitpick about, so of course I am gonna give a buy. But broskies, let me know what you think. Is this sneaker too loud for you? Could you see yourself wearing these? Or have you already copped a pair? Leave your comments down below, and of course I will be pinning the best one. Anyways broskies, that's enough from me. Make sure you look out for the rest of the Niger pack. Once they've been uploaded, I will leave some cards at the end of this video and some links in the description box. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and of course, until the next episode, take care.